One insect kills hundreds of thousands of people every year. It does it every year, and most people barely think about it. It's not the tarantula, not the scorpion, not the spider hiding in your shoe. The deadliest insect on Earth doesn't look dangerous at all. It's small, it's everywhere, and you've probably let it land on your skin without a second thought. These are the 7 most disturbing insects on Earth, counting down from the one that only hurts to the one responsible for more human deaths than any other animal in history. Stay until the end, because once you know what number 1 is, you'll never hear that sound near your ear the same way again. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Number 7. The bullet ant. This ant is the size of your fingertip. Its sting is rated the most painful insect sting ever recorded. Not most painful in its category, most painful, period. It's called the bullet ant because that's what the sting feels like. Not like a burn, not like a bite. People who've been stung say it feels like getting shot. The venom attacks your nervous system. The pain doesn't peak and fade. It can run at full intensity for up to 24 hours. The people who live around it don't even call it the bullet ant. They call it the 24-hour ant. One sting, fever, cold sweats, vomiting for a full day from something smaller than your thumbnail. That's number 7. It only gets worse. Number 6. The Japanese giant hornet. This one doesn't just sting you, it digests you while you're still alive. The Japanese giant hornet is the size of your thumb, and its venom is built to dissolve flesh. Each sting opens a wound that doesn't close. It widens, it darkens, and it turns into a black hole in the skin as the tissue around it dies. Survive enough stings, and the venom moves inward. It shreds your muscle and bursts your red blood cells, and all that wreckage floods your kidneys until they fail. Some survivors spend the rest of their lives on dialysis. They hunt as a unit. One scout finds you, marks you with a chemical signal, and the swarm follows. They fly 25 miles an hour. You will not outrun them. In one Chinese province, in a single year, these hornets killed 41 people and put more than 1,600 in the hospital. The ones who died were stung on average 59 times. A woman in a wheelchair was stung over 150 times in under an hour. Firefighters were right there. They couldn't get through the swarm to reach her. Number 5. The kissing bug. At night, while you're sleeping, the kissing bug feeds on the blood near your lips and eyes, and then it does something disgusting. It poops on the wound. Inside that waste is a parasite. You wake up, you scratch the itch, and you rub the parasite straight into your own body. You infected yourself, and for years, nothing happens. Then, one day, your heart just stops. No warning, no symptoms, just sudden death. That's because the parasite has been living inside your heart muscle the whole time, hijacking your cells, scarring the tissue from the inside, and your body never once noticed it was there. It's called Chagas. Around 8 million people are carrying it right now, and most of them have no idea. It kills roughly 40,000 people a year. Once it reaches that chronic stage, buried in the heart, there is no cure. Number 4. Tsetse fly. The tsetse fly looks like something you would swat without a second thought. Blunt body, brown wings, the size of a housefly. The bite barely registers, but that bite carries a parasite, and that parasite has one destination, your brain. Once it gets there, it doesn't just make you sick, it starts changing who you are. Your sleep flips completely, wide awake all night, collapsing during the day. Then comes the confusion, slurred speech, mood swings, and then something families describe as watching a stranger slowly replace the person they know. After that, the body gives out, seizures, coma, death. Without treatment, nobody survives this. Not some people, nobody. It's called sleeping sickness. Sounds harmless. In parts of the Congo, it has killed more people than HIV. 65 million people live in areas where this fly is found. One bite from something you wouldn't think twice about. That's all it takes.
Number 3. Africanized honeybee.
A car door slamming 100 feet away is enough to set them off. After that, you've got about 15 seconds. These are killer bees, and one sting from them is no stronger than an ordinary honeybee's. That isn't the danger. The danger is that the whole colony comes for you at once. Tens of thousands of them, up to 100,000, dense enough to blot out the sky. Every sting releases a chemical alarm that screams for more bees to join. So the more you get stung, the more you get stung. It feeds on itself. They'll chase you for 1/4 of a mile. They wait above the water for you to come up for air. You can't play dead, and you can't outrun them. It takes roughly 1,000 stings to kill an adult. A disturbed hive delivers far more than that in minutes. They've killed around 1,000 people, and full-grown horses stung thousands of times until their hearts gave out.
Number 2. Flea.
The flea has killed more human beings than any war in recorded history, and it's smaller than a sesame seed. Here's how it kills. Plague bacteria grow inside the flea until they physically block its gut. Now the flea is starving. It can't digest anything, so it bites and bites and bites in a frenzy, and every desperate bite vomits a flood of plague bacteria straight into the wound. That tiny, starving, broken insect carried the Black Death. In the 1300s, it killed more than 1/3 of Europe. 25 million people in 5 years. Whole towns emptied. There weren't enough living left to bury the dead. And here's what nobody wants to hear. It never actually ended. Plague is still here. Fleas still carry it. There are still human cases every single year, including in the United States. The deadliest pandemic in human history wasn't started by a virus in a lab. It was started by a flea that couldn't eat.
Number 1. Mosquito.
The mosquito is, by a massive margin, the deadliest creature in the history of the planet. Not the shark, not the snake, not the lion, not even other humans. It has no venom and no strength. It's so light, it can land on you without you feeling it. It kills by being a needle that flies, carrying malaria, dengue, Zika, yellow fever, and West Nile from one bloodstream into the next, billions of times a year. Malaria alone infects nearly 300 million people a year. It kills around 610,000 of them. 3 out of every 4 it kills are children under the age of 5. We've been fighting it for a century, and we're still losing. The case numbers went up last year, not down. Nearly 700 million people catch a mosquito-borne illness every year. That's about 1 in every 10 people alive. One creature is responsible for more human death than every other one combined. It isn't a monster, and it isn't rare. Some nights, it's in the room with you while you sleep. 7 insects. None of them are bigger than your thumb. Combined, they've killed more people than every war in human history put together.